I want to go back 2,000 years, if that's okay with you, but try to bring it home to you and give you the feeling that that there were real people struggling about real things then, which are very relevant still. I mean, you know, when you think about ancient Rome, what's our image? Hollywood, right? These guys walking around in togas and making pronouncements in stentorian tones and asking how the emperor is feeling and all that. I'm going to talk about a period before all those emperors. It's the period known as the Late Republic. It goes roughly from about 133 BC to, I will say, 44 BC, which is when Caesar was assassinated. So roughly, with more emphasis on the latter part of that period. I want to say something about history first, because our images of the past are created largely by history's winners. The voices of the losers are muted, or if they come to us, they're through very carefully tuned filters.
Julius Caesar, Act 1, Scene 2, starting at line 215, where Casca, Brutus, and Cassius have their conversation after the games when Caesar and his group come back. Starting at line 215, Casca says to Brutus, "You pulled me by the cloak. Would you speak with me?" "Aye, Casca. Tell us what hath chanced today, that Caesar looks so sad." Casca says, "Why, you were with him, were you not?" "I should not ask, Casca, what had chanced." "Why, there was a crown offered him, and being offered him, he put it by with the back of his hand thus, and then the people fell a-shouting." "What was the second noise for, Casca?" "Why, for that too." "They shouted thrice? What was the last cry for?" Cassius asked. "Why, for that too." Brutus says, "Was the crown offered him thrice?" Casca says, "Aye, marry wast. And he put it by thrice, every time gentler than other. And at every putting by, mine honest neighbors shouted."
In the tragedy Julius Caesar by William Shakespeare, Caesar is forewarned of his demise. This excerpt is from Act 1, Scene 2, in lines 18 through 24, where a soothsayer warns Caesar of the 15th of March. It reads, "Beware the Ides of March." What man is that? A soothsayer bids you beware the Ides of March. Set him before me, let me see his face. Fellow, come from the throng, look upon Caesar. What sayest thou to me now? Speak once again. Beware the Ides of March. He is a dreamer. Let us leave him. Pass. Unfortunately, Julius Caesar does not take the warning provided by the soothsayer, and thus he is assassinated on the 15th.
And now continues. Where the plebeians divide themselves into the audiences for Cassius and Brutus. Now the piece. Exit Cassius with some of the plebeians. Brutus goes into the pulpit. The noble Brutus is ascended. Silence! Silence! Noble Brutus is ascended. Silence! Be patient till the last. Romans, countrymen, and lovers, hear me for my cause, and be silent, that you may hear. Believe me for mine honour, and have respect to mine honour, that you may believe. Censure me in your wisdom, and awake your senses, that you may the better judge. If there be any in this assembly, any dear friend of Caesar's, to him I say that Brutus' love to Caesar was no less than his. If then that friend demand why Brutus rose against Caesar, this is my answer, not that I loved Caesar less, but that I loved Rome more. Had you rather Caesar were living, and die all slaves, than that Caesar were dead, to live all freemen? As Caesar loved me, I weep for him. As he was fortunate, I rejoice at it. As he was valiant, I honor him. But as he was ambitious, I slew him. There is tears for his love, joy for his fortune, honor for his valor, and death for his ambition.